Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nazra and Veronica, and today I'm back with another reaction video, live video. So I'll be reacting to a few different things. I've got a few things lined up that you may want to watch with me. So if you do, then stay tuned, and we're going to get into some very exciting and funny videos. And there have been some crazy things happening recently. Crazy things that are coming later on in the live. So I can't wait to show you guys that. Yeah, let me know if there are any videos that you'd like me to react to, and I'll do my best to do that. So the first video is a video which is from the Whatever podcast. There's only one. And it's called Femcell Complains About No Men Liking Her. So let's take a look. Oh, sorry, I actually have to put it on the screen, don't I? In order for you to see. Okay, let's get into it.
You're a femcell.
Yes.
How long have you been celibate for?
Is that what a femcell is? I had no idea that's what it was called. I thought it's just... I don't know what I thought a femcell was. I thought it was like an incel, but a woman. I didn't know a femcell was being celibate. Okay, well now I know.
I haven't been counting the months, but maybe like the last real 6 months has been really when I've been starting going ham with this whole identity.
Okay. Well, but you said that's when you started going ham with his whole identity, which I mean makes it sound like you have some degree of choice.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to meet somebody that changed my mind, then I don't mind. But I literally I'm not kidding when I'm saying every man is repelled by me, but it's involuntary, you know?
Every man is repelled by you. We have a little thing popping off. Yeah, we'll have Madison fix it. Just stay there, Nick.
Wait, can someone explain to me in the comments what a femcell actually is? Because they're saying it's a woman who's celibate, but I think there's more to it than that, because I'm a bit confused as to why he is saying that it shouldn't be a choice. Is it somebody who... Is it related to the word incel? Because I'm confused. I don't know this whole new age lingo. I can't catch up, so I don't know what everything means, I'm afraid. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you do know what they're talking about.
You say you're at these parties and these guys come up to you, and as soon as they find out that you're not down to have sex that night, they move on to another woman.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but when it comes to being involuntarily celibate, if men are propositioning you and offering you sex and you're rejecting it, that would suggest to me that you're voluntarily celibate. If men are offering you sex and you're turning them down.
Yeah, but those are just random people. If I'm actually into somebody, that was just a random conversation I had at a club. But if I'm actually into somebody, I swear they're never into me too. The last person I just showed any interest towards, I don't know. I think people are just really narcissistic and have really big egos. So if you're not immediately trying to act like they're trying to just be all over them and be I don't know, just feeding their ego, and you actually want to talk about yourself or anything you're doing, it is a complete turn off to them, and they're just used to girls being all over them, you know?
I don't understand, because why would you want... I mean, I get what she's saying about not wanting to sleep with a man when you first meet him. That's crazy to me. Why would you want to do that? So I get why she would say no, but then she's saying that if she's into a guy, really into a guy, and that usually he's not into her and he doesn't really reciprocate her feelings, that could say something about her. If guys repeatedly are not interested in you and you are interested in them, that should tell you something, that maybe there's something wrong with you that you may need to change. I don't think it's... Or she's just setting the bar too high and going for guys that are completely out of her league. We don't know what the answer to that is, but I can see there is something wrong here.
We have a chat here from Whatever Fan. He says, femcell usually means a woman who can't get an LTR, not one who isn't sleeping around. So, I mean...
Guys, I don't know what these guys are talking about. This is so confusing. What's an LTR? It's like all of these new words are coming out of nowhere. Can you guys tell me what a okay, first of all, can you tell me what a femcell is? Second of all, can you tell me what an incel is? And third of all, can you tell me what an LTR is? Because I don't know what that means.
Do you do OF?
I'm trying to. I'm
Okay.
epically failing at it, but yeah.
You're
She's trying to do OnlyFans. Okay, that tells you a lot about why guys may not be interested in her if she's interested in them.
epically failing at it. I mean, are there not? Because like,
I only have 6 subs.
like,
so.
can you think of like, can you think of one guy right now who, if you texted him and you're like, hey, do you want to have sex?
I don't know.
He would-
I've completely like removed the whole idea of men from my mind. Like I don't pay like it's like I don't pay
Okay.
any attention to them.
What? I'm really confused. This woman is really confusing me. In fact, this whole episode is confusing me. So, she is celibate, which makes her a femcell, which I don't know what that means really, but I don't know. I think it's someone who is celibate, but maybe it has negative connotations, and maybe it means that like she's so unattractive in whatever way that guys do not want to come near her in that way. I don't know. I'm guessing that's what it means. But I associate being celibate with a positive thing. I think it's a great thing to be celibate if you're not in a relationship with a man. Like, don't just sleep around and allow yourself to become, ran through, because it will obviously cause many problems for future relationships, or it will cause problems for when you're finding the one, basically. But then she's saying she's doing OnlyFans. So that completely cancels out the idea of being celibate for me. Because if I am celibate, I do not want to do anything sexual until I find the right guy who I know I'll marry. That makes so much sense. But then she's saying she's celibate, which is a great thing in my opinion. But then she's doing OnlyFans, which is not good, and it cancels out all of the positives of being celibate. So why are you being celibate? You might as well sleep around if you're going to share your body with random men online. And then she's saying, oh, I don't want to sleep with random men I've just met because, it's wrong. Why are you doing OnlyFans then, woman? What are you thinking? Are you okay in the head?
Except whenever you profit off of them for OnlyFans.
No, I mean, I think you need to
I'm
focus
not
on
really,
yourself
like-
and build up why it is that you're confident and have value. And
No,
I think
yeah,
that
exactly.
if you're bombing on OnlyFans, maybe you could take it as a sign to, maybe
Yeah.
move away
Well,
from the platform,
yeah.
because it's going to have long-term
Yeah.
consequences too.
Yeah.
And if you want a
Something.
proper, respectful relationship, you're not going to find that at the clubs.
Based.
Yeah. I don't look for relationships at all. Like, that's just if somebody
Have you
random comes up to me,
Sorry, go ahead,
But
go
I'm
ahead.
not looking for a relationship. Like, literally, I don't think of men, at all anymore. Like, I'm only focused on, like me and my girls. Like, that's where I find my social connection from.
Sometimes
Okay.
you have to be careful with what kind of girls you choose too to
That's
surround
true.
yourself with.
That's true.
Yes.
I got a good family though. Like we're a real, literally we're a cult. So so I don't know. I just got a really good support system around me like that. So
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I don't think you're a femcell, but
that's my definition.
Okay.
It's like a style thing, but it's not like a literal incel. It's not the
yeah,
same.
you're not
You
literal.
can't-
No, I'm going to have to look this up, guys. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what it's like they're talking a different language. So I'm going to look this up and I'm going to see what everything means. So, incel meaning. Let's take a look. I have no idea what this means. Incel, a member of an online community of young men who consider themselves unable to attract women, typically associated with views that are hostile towards women and men who are sexually active. Wait, what? A member of an online community of young men who consider themselves unable to attract women sexually, typically associated with views that are hostile towards. Okay, so I guess it's a guy who's unattractive to men. Okay, cool. Femcell, I'm guessing it's the opposite, or it's the same thing, but a woman instead. Femcell. Oh, what? Literally stands for involuntarily celibate. Okay, cool. So it's a woman who does not want. No, a woman who wants to do it but can't do it because she's unable to attract a man. Okay, cool. And then next one, LTR. What is an LTR? I feel so old, even though I'm not old at all. I should probably know these words, but a long-term relationship. I see. Okay. So she's unable to get into a long-term relationship. I mean, from her views, it's very clear as to why that is. She needs to fix up fast if she wants to be in a relationship, because it's just not going to work otherwise. Anyway, you guys are saying, I'm just confused as you are. This is literally insane. Isn't it? Isn't it? It's literally like they're aliens to me. Great channel. Thanks for the truth. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Always, always, always. Someone else said there's something in the water this woman is drinking. I know. She's clearly drinking tap water. I mean, it's very clear. You can just tell that she's on the tap water and it's her crack.
That way.
Voluntarily.
Yeah.
Truth be told, I don't think women.
You've seen.
I don't think women can be involuntarily celibate.
Because they're
Some
always
women
desirable,
Yeah.
like
No, I feel like-
biologically.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
So do you think men can be involuntarily celibate
absolutely, yeah.
if they're biologically desired by other women and men?
Well, I mean, it comes down to your capacity to actually procure sex. So, and obviously, let's exclude prostitution, for example. There are men genuinely out there, despite them making reasonable, good faith efforts to get sex, they just can't. Whereas, I mean, I can't think of a scenario where a woman, if she just strictly wanted casual sex, could not get it almost instantly, very quickly. You need not do more as a woman than just download Tinder, download a dating app, make yourself available. You probably won't even have to take all that much initiative. You can probably get laid very easily.
That's true, but I think it's different value systems because it's like women can get, any woman, I honestly think in any situation can get laid, but it's not something that women value.
Well, that's a different question, though. Is it, do women want to have casual sex? But when we're talking about a specific term, like someone who's involuntarily celibate, I mean, that has a
only
very
applies to men.
specific
Yeah.
definition. You are involuntarily celibate. So despite your efforts to procure sex, you're not
Yeah.
able to get
I think
it.
it's rather
No,
short-sighted
yeah.
to specify that it's only a men issue, because even in the intro, you specified if you're a girl, you can DM the podcast if you want to come on. I feel as though men aren't given as many opportunities to be like social and to like meet a lot of people that are on similar wavelengths as they are. And so
You're just arguing my point.
Well,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, I think, but you're saying that you think only men can be involuntarily celibate,
Yeah.
and I think women can also shut themselves away and be very much like in their own head, thinking, okay, everyone likes me.
I've just seen that she's wearing like dog ears. Guys, I think she's a furry. I think she's a furry. Oh my gosh. And she's got a bone in her. Oh, you can't see. But she's got a bone like on her trousers where the belt should be. There's like a bone. Wait, can I show you? Yeah, I can. There we go. Look, bone. Very, very weird. Anyway.
I'm not the beauty standard. For men, it's, oh, I don't have muscles and I'm not over 6 feet. And for women, it's, okay, I don't have triple Ds and I don't have a tiny waist. Like, it can be, I feel like it can be very fair on either side.
Well, I mean,
although-
sorry, go ahead. Continue with your point.
I was going to say, I think that she is describing a lot of voluntary celibacy, because that's how I operate too. I'm voluntarily celibate in my life.
But we're talking about involuntarily celibate. And I mean, you mentioned, like, for example, physical appearance. I mean, we've had women on the show who, no offense to them, but just as a statement of fact, were, for example, morbidly obese. And, you know, it occurs to me that their looks equivalent, you put them in the male body with the same characteristics. We have women, for example, right? A woman could be, how do I want to best frame this?
Ugly as fuck.
Like, even really, really unattractive women can be sluts. But a really
Yeah, 100%.
unattractive, like morbidly obese man can't be a slut.
But who's to say that a morbidly obese woman could be a slut?
Unless
He can be a slut, yeah. Girl.
I don't know. Wait
Like,
a minute. Who's
I
to
mean,
say
well,
that
for example, we've had women on the show who, I mean, Nick, if you're able to pull it up, the girl who wore the pink, she was.
Not finna
What?
pull it up.
Bro, bringing up
Oh, you
how
have it?
easy.
One sec. I mean, she's a little bit overweight, and she was saying how she could sleep with 5 men in a day. Her male looks equivalent, like, to be able to sleep with 5 women in a day, that puts you in the realm of like A-list celebrity, musician, actor, professional athlete, or you're just exceptionally good looking.
Or it puts you into a price bracket of how much you make, and you can pay for those services also.
Yeah, but I'm excluding
dynamic.
prostitution from this conversation.
What about OnlyFans?
What do you mean?
Because
how's that related at all?
Because plenty of men have favorite models that they like to fund their lives specifically, and for some OnlyFans models, they are willing to exchange more intimate interactions with users than others. For some people,
So prostitution? Yeah, I'm excluding that from the conversation.
Well, I wasn't sure if you identified OnlyFans as prostitution.
Well,
that's what.
You're saying, hold on, but you're saying you're talking about having more intimate connection. So I think what you were trying to arrive at is, what if the women on OnlyFans offer up sexual services, aka sex, for money?
Yeah.
Which is prostitution.
Well, because he's talking about physical sex, not like...
like just chances in general. Because from what I maybe I'm misunderstanding your...
Why is she trying to argue so much? It's very clear that the answer is there. And, he's obviously right in this situation. Why is she arguing when I think even she knows that he's right? But she's just so argumentative that she can't let him have that point. She wants to carry on arguing. But it's just making her look a bit silly at this point.
Then.
Well, that's the thing is that, there's a story with Kurt Cobain where he ended up basically having intimacy with a woman who was mentally disabled, physically disabled, overweight, and smelled. And the girl apparently had slept with a bunch of guys in the town, including some family members. So it's like a woman inherently is always going to be used by men who are seeking that out. But men, on the other hand, will never be used in that respect, at least not usually.
I wonder if it's connected to women being inherently seen as like a biological sexual object, whereas men are more conquer shit based, more protector, more warrior. And I wonder if those biological expectations.
Those are biological realities, yeah. Like women are the receptacle and men are the ones who basically pursue.
I'm not sure if I would categorize women as receptacles.
I mean,
I'm not going to co-sign that statement.
Yeah,
but
that was
it makes
my bad.
sense then that there's more men that are finding involuntary celibacy to be their way of how they operate. If that is the case, if we live in a society to where men are not seen as sexual beings and women are, right?
Well, women aren't supposed to be seen as sexual beings. We're supposed to have agency and womanhood and femininity, but unfortunately with the commercial society that we live in, it's like we've been reduced down to these sexual objects, whether it's like boobs and butts and all of that jazz. There's no sense of respect or dignity associated with womanhood anymore because of, in my opinion, the things like the sexual revolution basically removing our agency from us.
But that's women's own doing. Kind of women did that to themselves, over like the whole feminism thing.
Yep.
Well, part of it doing it to ourselves is for money because it's an easy way to make money.
So that's why I mentioned money, because I feel like money is always going to be a topic when talking about those interactions, and as far as people's ability to get sex.
This is the thing. I get it because it is so easy to make money on there. And as someone who's literally lived through serious poverty, there were days where I was 19, I was living off pretty much nothing. I would have a whole pack of Pringles for my only meal in a day. I was constantly living in an overdraft. I was looking at my bank account and just knowing that I've got no money left. I was trying to go to the shop and my card would be declined. I'd look at my bank account oh my gosh, I've got literally 10p in there. I can't buy anything. I'd have to leave the shop. So I've lived through, some serious, I would call that poverty. So there are days where I didn't even eat anything. And I can see how, if OnlyFans existed then, or if I'd have known it existed, I can see how tempting it would be to do it because it's a quick way to get money. And I feel like I could probably get loads of money off OnlyFans. Women can definitely earn money from their bodies. It's easy. But nothing could make me really do it. Nothing. I couldn't be paid billions to do it. I swear on my life, I'm not even joking. Billions of pounds would not make me do it. There is nothing that could convince me that would be a good idea to actually do. I mean, you can think about it sometimes and think, oh, wow, it would be so easy to make money on that just so quickly and so much. But never, because I'm so happy to have my dignity and I'm so happy that I've never done anything like that, that that I now can't reverse, because there are so many women now who've done it and they can't reverse it. And there's so many videos coming out now of women saying how much they regret doing that in their younger years and how they wish they never did it and how they can't ever take it back now. I don't have to live with that. So I get what they're saying. It is definitely tempting sometimes when you're broke and you just know how easily the money would come if you just did it. And it's so easy to do as well. You just literally stay at home, take a picture of yourself, and I don't know how it works, but I guess send it to the guy. I don't know how OnlyFans works. But it's so easy, and I can see how tempting it is. But just don't do it for real. Don't freaking actually do it. It's just the worst idea, and it's obviously purposefully easy. They make it purposefully easy because they know that women will be more inclined to do it if it's an easy thing to do. Very sad. Let's see what the comments are saying. OnlyFans is prostitution. Yep. Thank you. A British woman with morals. You are a very rare commodity. You have my deepest respect. Thank you. I mean, you'd think this is the norm, but not in this day and age.
As I have listened to self-proclaimed incel men speak about how they've paid for sex before, but they don't count that as a real experience because of the way that they view it. That's what they say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because, I mean, what I think incel men want is they want sex that does not involve, that's not transactional.
I would hope. Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, we could certainly have a deeper conversation of, well, to some degree, is romantic
everything transactional?
Is everything transactional?
Which
but that's on another level.
It's not organic, I guess, is what he's trying to say. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like more so like organic sex. Like you meet somebody, you click, and then you're like, oh, hey, let's go, hook up. That's, I think, more so what he's talking about.
I wonder if that comes down to, base levels of testosterone versus estrogen levels. And I just wonder if it's not as like social, as like a social contagion issue, or if it's more like genuine, just like our biology kind of catching up to us a little bit in the social state that we're at, right?
No, I agree, because you actually, like how you said that, like, men don't have a lot of, like, they have a lot of social experiences. They can go out and meet a woman. I was literally just in Japan last week, and it was like the cutest thing. My feet were dying, so I was sitting and like in this little corner, and there were these two schoolgirls and this like they're high schoolers, right? High school guy comes up, puts the arm right like by her head. It goes like, "Hey, I saw you. You're really just really cute, and what you doing later, right?" And she was just giggling like, "Oh my gosh!" Like this is her like fairy tale moment. And when he like gave him her number, when he left, she was like giggling with her friend, like, "Oh my gosh, that was so great." And I'm like things are so different in this culture, and like men could just go up to women in other countries and be like, "Oh my gosh, I really like you. You're really beautiful. Like, let me take you out on a date."
Men do that all the time. Like
they do, but they're often rejected.
They open up their phone and they hand you their Instagram with it open for you to type in your username. Yeah. That's what they do.
I feel like it's stupid. Like if somebody comes up to me on the street, I'm always hella friendly. I don't give a fuck if it's a homeless man, like, or whatever, whoever it is. Like I'm gonna always meet them with positive energy. Like I think catcalling, getting upset by that is literally so dumb.
Look, here's the reality, right? Okay. Most women can sleep with most men. Most men cannot sleep with most women. A woman can, I mean, she would have to, I would even argue if she was seriously disabled or disfigured, she could still procure sex rather easily. Mm-hmm. So, I mean.
Well, also, I'm delusional and very, like, men trigger manic episodes in me. Okay. So, like, I almost turn into a crazy person if they try to talk to me. But, so that's usually what repels them.
I mean, but here's the thing. If you were to download Tinder, just swipe on even the dudes that you just think are physically attractive, or if you even were to go out to a nightclub or a bar or a party, and you say men approach you.
I tried Tinder, I tried Hinge. Literally, I get like 0 matches, and if I try to meet up with them, like...
Stop the cap!
Okay, well. Why? I just feel like that whole episode was just like another language to me. A whole different language. It was just... I literally had to type in what is the meaning of the words they were using because I didn't know what they were talking about. So I don't know what that means. I think it means I am very disconnected from that kind of a world. I much prefer to just stay away from that way of thinking. I don't want to do that. I don't want to even think about having sex. I don't want to think about that because just if you want to be celibate and leave it at that. Don't freaking do OnlyFans anyway.